What's up, everybody? Rob Gill, Epic. And let me tell you something. Today's the conversation that separates the men from the boys, the girls from the women. And that's how to calculate opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? Opportunity cost is the rate of return you don't earn with money that's either paying for a fee, an interest rate, or a tax. So let me just break that down real simple for you. If you look at your credit cards, right? And every single month there's an interest rate on whatever you're paying on your credit cards. For example, if you have a credit card that has a $10,000 balance and you're paying 28, 20, 10, or 15% interest, that interest payment is not earning a rate of return in your world. So let me say that again. I'll take that and rewind it back. That interest payment is not earning a rate of return in your world. So if you have $10,000 in credit card debt and it's at 28% over that next year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, the money you're using for interest to pay the credit card company is not earning a rate of return in your world. So think of a rock. If I dropped it, in the middle, there's a splash, but we want to focus on the ripple. And in the space of the ripple is where we recapture lost opportunity costs and put that money back in your pocket where it belongs. So now that we understand that an interest payment to a credit card company, which by the way is non-preferred debt, Doug Andrews, you know about that. It's a non-preferred debt, which means that not only do you not get a write-off on it, but you're also not earning a rate of return in your world on that interest rate, as it was pointed out to be a misfortune 15 years ago. So we want to focus on preferred debt, which is interest on mortgages. It is a write-off, but it is still a lost opportunity cost, just not as bad as a credit card debt. So if we understand that every time we pay a tax bill, if I make 100 grand this year and I'm in the 30% tax bracket, that means $30,000 is going to the government, right? 30,000 is going to the government. And guess what? That 30,000 can't earn 5% for me in my world, which is 1,500 bucks. Let me say that again. If I make 100,000 and I get taxed at 30%, 30,000 goes to the government, right? Lost opportunity. And I can't earn 5, if not 10% on that 30, where I can put money back into my pocket. So if we understand that tax, if we understand interest payments, and last but not least on your wealth management accounts, if you're not looking at the fees, that's another lost opportunity cost. What are your fees on your $1 million brokerage account? If it's $10,000 a year for 10 years, which is 100 grand, and if that earns 7% in my world, that's 100 grand back in my pocket where it belongs, right? So if we know how to recover lost opportunity costs, and we understand that if I drop a rock in the middle of a river, and then there's a ripple, and in that ripple lies the recapture of lost opportunity costs. And I can go all the way down through your insurance payments on your homeowners and your auto, on your long-term care payments, on your interest payments on your credit card, on your mortgage payments. If we recapture these lost opportunity costs, put this money back into your pocket where it belongs, well, guess what? You will create generational wealth if it's properly placed in the proper overall financial plan. What is your world for a 25-year-old or a 45-year-old or a 65? You all have different worlds and different motivations and different intentions. But at the end of the day, if you could focus on recapturing lost opportunity costs, no matter what your age is, no matter what your profession is, you go from being an economic slave to an entrepreneur that understands how to create leverage, liquidity, and control by recapturing lost opportunity costs. If you're somebody that earns in your world 5% on an investment that you do, it's called the cost of money. In other words, you're paying 100 grand in tax, you're making 100 grand, 30% is in taxes, or 30,000. If you didn't have to pay that 30 and you could earn 5% on that 30, that would be $1,500 in your pocket. If you could earn 10% on that 30, that would be $3,000 in your pocket. And if you could do that every year and compound that out, that's more money in your pocket instead of the government's, the financial institutions, or the insurance companies. I just want to talk about one other thing, and it's been happening for 200 and 300 years. There's 3 forces that are experts on how to get multiple uses of your money. Number 1 is the government. They created taxes in 1913. Matter of fact, the Tea Party was taxation without representation when we left England, right? Only to come over here, and then they started taxes in 1913 and have created and up and down in taxes like it'll make your head spin. But with that being said, they're experts at taking your money. You have a sales tax, you have a estate tax, you have a federal tax, you have a bunch of after-tax, post-tax, pre-tax. There's like 33 different taxes. There's a COVID tax now, from what I understand. They're always got their money, their hand in your pocket. The banks, they created a strategy for you to give them money on a regular and ongoing basis so they could hold it and then give you back the least amount as possible. And they're connected to the financial institutions. So they're all experts at creating opportunity, not cost, but opportunity rates of return for themselves. And it's on your money, not their own money. For all you people that think you got all the answers, please comment below. I'll shoot a video on whatever your comments are. If you have a specific question and you want to challenge anything that we're talking about, or you're looking for some financial freedom strategies, please comment below. Someone will get back to you. Subscribe. And by the way, if you ask a really good question, we'll shoot a video.